Look me in the guys! Bis!
Watcha!
Bislacha! Bislacha!
Ambulância besta!
Hello everybody! Today we got the states of Brazil explained by Geography Now! Geography Now!
Hey everybody, so you know this week is going to have to be a filler week. This is a video that I promised to do a long time ago, but I never had time until now. Explaining the states of Brazil. Demographics, and Brazil is one of the top 15 countries subscribed to my channel. Now, full disclosure, I'm not Brazilian. I have never even been to Brazil. I would absolutely love to go. So what I've done is I have talked to a lot of you guys, the Brazilian geography peeps, to help me with this video. And I know a few Brazilian people here in LA. I asked you guys to explain what you thought about each of the states of Brazil. So if I get anything wrong, it's your fault. So
it's your fault.
Into it. Acre. There's a joke. Acre doesn't exist, and there's probably dinosaurs in it.
Is that true? Is that true? Acre has dinosaurs and it doesn't exist?
People in
That's
Brazil
a meme,
have
yes.
been to
That's
Acre,
great.
let alone met somebody from Acre. I actually did meet two people from Acre here in Los Angeles. They were two gay guys that were gay for each other, but the point was
They were two gay guys who were gay for each other. That is a sentence. I love it.
from Acre. The first thing we said
babe.
was we do exist, and like half the population lives in the capital Rio Branco, or Rio Branco. They are famous for, what do I have here? Ancient geoglyphs, having a historic dispute with Bolivia, and the two guys I met said the two things I have to mention are Takaka and
what?
with Bolivia, and the two guys I met said the two things I have to mention are Takaka.
Takaka. Is that how you say it? Takaka. Tatakae! Sasageo! Sasageo!
Are Takaka
Tataka.
and the strange Santo Daime religious community known for ingesting the hallucinogenic ayahuasca drink. Daime religious community known for ingesting the hallucinogenic
Ayahuasca. Ayahuasca! Ayahuasca.
ayahuasca drink. We're off to a great start, aren't we? Alagoas. They are the second smallest state, and apparently sometimes they are called the water paradise
my God.
because they are surrounded by the largest barrier reef
That's beautiful.
in Brazil. It has incredibly shallow waters that you can walk like a kilometer off into the ocean and you're still only gonna be like knee deep. They're also popular for fandango music, the Warrior Festival, which is a public folk display that depicts naval battles. Amapa. In colonial years, this place was called Portuguese Guiana. It's kind of like the most well-preserved forest state in Brazil. The vast majority of the population only lives in two cities, Macapa and Santana, and the rest.
Fun fact. I love trees. I really love trees.
The state is just covered like 90% in forest, 70% of which is unexplored. Let's see what I have here.
Shit! They've barely touched
the border of French Guiana.
They've barely touched the grass.
Some people speak a French Creole called La Patua. Amazonas, the largest state of Brazil. They hold the largest territory of the world's largest rainforest and the most biodiverse region on the planet. Also, obviously, it has the largest number of indigenous tribes, many of which are still uncontacted with the outside world.
Wow.
So here you can find the tallest mountain, Pico da Neblina. Manaus is the capital. They have a cool opera festival.
That's where Coco lives, my old editor.
From what I was told, this is kind of like the place where people go to for like secret, undocumented trips into the rainforest that they pay the locals under the table for. Nobody can hear you scream. Bahia.
Oh.
From what I was told, despite
I want to go back to Bahia. Is that what this is?
I don't want to stay here. I wanted to go back to Bahia. Yeah.
reports of crime, everyone still loves this state. And it plays like such a huge significant role of importance in terms of culture and history. It has the longest coast of any state, so the beaches here are like spot on, beautiful, perfect. It also has like the most distinctive African imprint on their culture, as it was a major hub for the slave trade. Today they have the largest black population in Brazil. World-renowned cultural traits like capoeira and samba were born here. I don't even really have to explain what those are. And they have those really cool deep-fried aracajé things. Let's see what else. Saba have those really cool deep-fried
Acarajé. Acarajé.
He said Aracajé.
Yeah, he said it wrong.
See what else? Salvador is the capital and largest city, and it has a cool looking fortress on the sea off the coast. And I was told that Bahia's Carnival is like the cool Carnival that the Brazilians go to when they're sick and tired of all the tourists down in Rio. Ceara. This is like the family vacation spot of Brazil. The capital Fortaleza is the 4th largest city in Brazil. They are the kite surfing capital. They have that. Oh, jeez, how do you pronounce this?
What? Jericoacoara.
Oh my god. I've already lived in there. It's horrible.
You lived here?
It's literally just sand. And it's the sand of of a beach.
I don't like
There's
sand.
a seat in there.
Sand.
It's coarse and gets everywhere.
It's coarse and rough and irritating. And it gets everywhere.
Oh my god, fucking horrible place. I'm sorry guys. It's beautiful. But living there, oh my god, you need to like the beach so much to live in there.
Jericoacoara. They have that Jericoacoara beach thing with all the cool like rock arches. And the coconuts are so cheap you can literally have a guy cut one open for you to drink for like 20 cents. Ooh. Yeah, coconut water is like my favorite non-alcoholic drink. So this place racks up huge points for me.
So I dislike coconut water, but I am an advocate for retrying foods you don't like in other places or different restaurants even, because they prepare it so differently. So I will retry a fresh coconut when I go to Brazil to see if I enjoy the water or not.
Espirito Santo. Weird fact, the state's name translates to Holy Spirit, but the people here call themselves capixaba, which means corn hair.
Corn hair.
Some people are called cheeseheads.
Cheese heads.
Is Vitoria. And another thing that they're famous for is Guarapari's healing black sand beaches, and they also make great seafood.
I want to go to the black sand beach. That sounds cool.
Stews. Goiás. This is a central Brazilian state, so here you get the farm and the countryside and
looks
the
like
ranches.
Oregon.
Very hot and humid. Some of you guys have told me that Goiás is kind of seen as like the capital's bodyguard. Like they work together and they share all the government secrets. Kind of like what Maryland and Virginia are to Washington, D.C. Let's see. Goiânia is the capital.
Goiânia!
The largest green area in the world after Edmonton, Canada. But yeah, it's like an agriculture-ish, low-key access to the government files state. Maranhão. This is like the state I personally would really love to visit. The one thing this state is known for is Lençóis Maranhenses National Park.
Wait, where does Lair live again?
Maranhão.
Oh, so this is it. Okay, I thought that sounded familiar. I'm like, wait a second.
Is one of the strangest landscapes on the planet. Sand dunes.
That's so
water.
cool!
Otherwise, São Luís is the capital, and it is the city that most closely resembles a Portuguese city in Brazil. But yeah. Wow, Maranhão. Mato Grosso. It is the farm
those cows are cute!
Very sparsely populated. The capital, Cuiabá, only has about 500,000 people. The largest sandstone cavern can be found here, Arujari. In the south, it's also home to the Pantanal, the world's largest wetland. And apparently you guys told me they are also...
Wetlands are fucking badass. You can find so many cool, exotic-looking frogs and bugs and fish and insects and... toads and salamanders and birds.
It's also home to the Pantanal, the world's largest wetland. And apparently you guys told me they are also famous for Brazilian country music known as sertanejo. Which brings us to Mato Grosso do Sul. Geography Flora told me that they're kind of sick and tired of being mixed up with Mato Grosso, so whenever someone refers to the state, they make sure that they say do Sul after.
Oh, that's where Webb's from.
Is Campo Grande, however, Bonito is like the more popular tourist destination.
Gorgeous. Beautiful. Sublime. I want to go there. Right there. That place. That's beautiful.
Because they have like crystal clear pools and lakes and rivers. I was told that their culture is very heavily influenced by Paraguay, and like Paraguay, the Guarani language is the second most commonly spoken language in the state. And the people here love crossing the border and buying stuff in Paraguay because everything there is way cheaper. They also love drinking tereré, which is...
Tereré. Tereré. That's what bonito means. I know. Yeah. I know it means beautiful. But, Terere.
Way cheaper. They also love drinking terere, which is like a cold version of shima.
Do you feel?
These languages.
Do you
Portuguese
feel
is like
bonita?
the Danish of the Latin languages. Like you pronounce the first part of the word, but then you just kind of give up on the rest of it. Shima. Anyway, moving on. Minas Gerais.
Wait, is that true? Guys, is that true? You just give up on the rest of the word?
Portuguese is like the
Sometimes,
Danish
yes.
of the Latin languages. Like you pronounce
In
the
some
first
words,
part of the
it
word,
does
but then
apply.
you just kind of give up on the rest.
Yeah?
In some words, it does apply. Like sometimes we start the word, we don't finish, and that's it.
Rest of it. Shima.
Chimarrão. Oh no, chimarrão. Because it's 2 R's. Chimarrão. Chimarrão. Chimarrão.
Anyway, moving on. Minas Gerais. Geography Sergio told me that
Por
Minas Gerais is
favor.
like the grandma's house of Brazil. It's
Por
probably like the only state that
favor.
all the other states love. And the reason being because
Por
it's kind of
favor.
like one of, if not the
Por
most
favor.
foodie state of all the states. Every single one of you has told me that Minas Gerais, I have to mention the cheese bread.
I want to eat pão de queijo. Pão de queijo. Pão de queijo. Me dê. Or wait, what's that mean? Me dê papai!
Pão de queijo. Did I get that? No, I did not pronounce it. And tropeiro, beans, and feijoada.
Feijoada!
Stew. Also, no surprise, as the name alludes to, Minas. This place has some of the most historically significant mines.
It's
in
beautiful.
The country. The Portuguese got a ton of gold from here, which was subsequently stolen by the British apparently, but that's a whole other
lovely.
story. Anyway, moving on.
We love that.
Para, the queen of the jungle. The second largest state in the country, the capital, Belém. According to Geography Ariel,
Belém.
it's like the special strategic
Belém.
gateway to the Amazon that the Portuguese protected. They are a huge producer of rubber, iron, and acai berries. The northerners eat the acai salty, while the southerners eat it with ice cream. They are
Okay.
also famous for brega music, and lots of dams were built.
Sorvete ice cream.
The southerners eat it with
Sorvete.
Yeah,
ice cream.
sorvete.
They are also famous for brega music, and lots of dams were built here to power the entire country. Also,
Cool.
it is here where they grow the most Brazil nuts, which, by the way, in Brazil, they call Brazil nuts para nuts. Because
Para.
Paraiba. Quite
Para
a few of
nuts.
you guys have told me that this is like the
Sorvete.
calm
Hi,
state of
Marshmallow.
Brazil. It's like the perfect place to
Salve,
retire.
salve, salve.
Apparently, the capital, João Pessoa, is located
Oh,
on the east of
oh,
the tire. Apparently, the capital, João.
I can never say this freaking name. João Pessoa. So everyone. Pessoal? Pessoa? So
João.
John, everyone.
Pessoa.
John, everyone.
No, pessoa means person.
Person. In Pessoal is everyone?
Yes.
So it's like John person.
Yeah.
Person
Kind of.
John. John person. Nice.
Yep.
Nice naming scheme.
Pessoa is located on the easternmost point of the American continent, known as Ponte dos Seixas. Also, it was a former Dutch settlement, and for 20 years it was known as Fredrikstad.
Fredrikstad. Fredrikstad.
Paraná. So many of you
Paraná.
guys have told me Paraná is known as Brazilian Russia. It's the coldest spot in Brazil, and apparently a lot of weird things happen here. The capital, Curitiba, is so high up, it snows every so often, which is rare for Brazil. Geography Isabel told me that they are like the quiet ones that take time to warm up to if they don't know you. They call sausages vina, and they actually have a law where there are no Starbucks because
No
they want to protect
Starbucks!
their own coffee industry.
Well, good thing I don't like
Pernambuco.
Starbucks.
According to Geography Olavo, people from Pernambuco are very artsy, and one of the most recent and successful artistic movements came from here, the Mangue beat. Also, great musicians like Zay Ramal artistic
The
movements
Mangue
came from here.
beat?
The Mangue.
Is that just like another version of the crab dance? What is this? Ding 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 ding
A beat. Also, great musicians like Zay Ramalho came from here. And don't forget the dish bolo de rolo. It's very delicious. Cool. And they're also known for having beaches with sharks. They are known also for a traditional dance called the frevo. And the first synagogue in the Americas was built in the capital, Recife. I don't get it. There's an R, but why is it pronounced like an H? Piauí. It's kind of funny. It's like they just barely grabbed a stretch of coast on the north, but their capital, Teresina, is actually built inland. And yeah, I was told that this is kind of like the poorest state of Brazil. But they know how to adapt pretty well. I was told this state is kind of like the underdog state. Which is why every so often people like this, Whindersson Nunes, the most famous Brazilian YouTuber, came out
Muito
of it.
obrigada.
They are known for the Serra da Capivara Park, which has extremely old rock paintings. Piauí. Piauí. Rio de Janeiro. I feel like I don't even really...
Rio.
But they know how to adapt pretty well. I was told this state is kind of like the underdog state.
Muito fofa, obrigada, meu amigo. Obrigada, obrigada.
YouTuber came out of it. Otherwise, they are known for the Serra da Capivara Park, which has extremely old rock paintings. Piauí.
Beautiful.
Rio de Janeiro. I feel like I don't even really have to say.
I grew up in an area that had old Native American paintings. I don't know how old they're doing now. The weather has been hitting them. I haven't seen them in about 8 years.
Rio de Janeiro. I feel like I don't even really have to say that much. You all know this place. All the iconic images and landmarks of Brazilian culture and media come from this place. You know, the Christ the Redeemer statue, Copacabana Beach, Sugarloaf Mountain, the works. It's kind of like the Los Angeles of Brazil. You know, like kind of like the shiny spokesperson and ambassador that all the tourists flock to. I mean, for the longest time, they were the capital of Brazil.
Yeah, and then it changed.
Keep in mind, you're thinking of the city of Rio de Janeiro. Remember, there's a whole state that comes with it. Not a really big one, but there is a state. You know, there's other cities like Nova Iguaçu, Petrópolis, and this place, Campos dos Goitacazes. And each of these cities have like their own cool little quirk, but however, yeah, Rio, the city is more of like the flashy hotspot. Rio Grande do Norte, the Christmas state.
Christmas?
The capital is even called Natal, the word for Christmas.
Yeah,
and
Christmas.
every Christmas they go all out and have a huge party, and it's like a big deal.
I want to go there! That looks so fun! Please! I want to go there. You're going to Rio in May? We'll have a good time. That's really soon. May is only a month away, basically. If you ever wish to visit Brazil with more security, the south of the country is a great option. This region is known for being one of the wealthiest and safest, as well as having a rich cultural diversity due to the significant presence of immigrants, particularly in the 19th century from countries like Italy, Germany, and Poland. The cities in the south offer excellent infrastructure and a unique charm, with traditions that blend Brazilian culture with European influences. Why did it sound like you just copied and pasted that? Don't worry. Wherever I go in Brazil, I have a big angry Brazilian dude who's very buff and will kill everybody with Muay Thai.
Oh my god.
Am I wrong?
I'm gonna kick some people. No, you're not wrong.
You can punch them too, but yeah, your kick's probably stronger.
Yeah, like she won't be Muay Thai.
Yes, Muay Thai.
Guys, that's how they pronounce out there.
Yeah,
It's not wrong.
Wait, how do you guys say it?
Muay Thai.
Muay Thai?
Yeah.
Que isso? Muay Thai? Muay?
This place
Sounds
has
strange.
the purest air in all of the Americas.
Really?
Good for you. It's also home to the world's largest cashew tree, estimated to be somewhere around 8,400 square meters. They also host Carnatal. It's like one of the biggest off-season carnival celebrations.
Oh, cool.
Woo! Rio Grande do Sul, the southernmost state. Capital, Porto Alegre. Now, I've met quite a few people from this specific state from Brazil. People here are known as Gauchos, similar to Argentina and Uruguay. This is like the whitest state of Brazil. They have a huge, distinct German and Italian population, population.
Oh.
They have their own accent, cuisine. They're very
Elun
famous for their
adore.
barbecue. There's a lot
salve,
of history
salve.
here. At one point, they tried to secede in the Ragamuffin War, right? I think that's
Ragamuffin.
or the Farroupilha Revolution. Then they had a war with like all their neighbors: Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay for some reason. It's crazy. These people did a lot of fighting. But yeah, they're very distinct from the rest of Brazil. A lot of the people here actually still speak their mother tongues, like German, Italian, and Polish. They have Oktoberfests. The southern part of Brazil. It's very different from the rest. Rondônia. The capital is Porto Velho. I was told this is like the wild west of Brazil. It's like the
Yeehaw,
Amazon and the dry Cerrado. A huge portion of the state is native territory belonging to 21 indigenous people groups, one of which only has about 5 members left. Unfortunately, it's also kind of known as the state with the worst deforestation rates. A lot of the land is cleared for agriculture. But yeah, it's like Acre's twin, you know, shrouded in mystery. Nobody knows anything about it. What's going on? What are you hiding, Rondônia? Roraima, the northernmost state. And the capital, Boa Vista, is the only capital that is north of the equator. This place is famous for the tri-point border between Guyana and Venezuela at Mount Roraima. Basically, it's that really cool flat top mountain that was the inspiration for the movie Up. And apparently, a lot of people are now paying attention to this state because a lot of Venezuelans are crossing the border because, you know, they're trying to escape the economic hardships implemented by the harsh Maduro regime. But yeah, basically, think of the movie Up with a wave of illegal Venezuelan immigrants coming in. It's true though, it's kind of true. Santa Catarina. The capital, Florianopolis, is actually on an island off the coast. According to geography Eduardo, it's kind of like a place that fuses urban and nature together. The people here are famous for being interesting fishers. Apparently in the town of Laguna, the fishermen have made a strange alliance with the dolphins.
Oh, this is where they did the alliance with the dolphins. I didn't know it was Florianopolis. I've read about this.
Yeah, it was here.
I didn't know that. Wait.
Santa Catarina, yes.
Wait, Dante, where are you from? I didn't see your comment. Where did it say? What place? Revolution, they lost. Oh.
The dolphins help them catch fish, and the fishermen give the dolphins the leftovers as payment. So yeah, basically, if you want to meet people that
4
can
states
talk to dolphins,
ago. No, can you tell me which one? Can you just tell me which one?
São Paulo. This is basically the New York of Brazil.
New York.
São Paulo is nicknamed the locomotive of Brazil, and it is like the working machine that keeps Brazil afloat. It is the most populous state with over 45 million people.
Oh,
the largest economy, and is by far the richest state. It alone is richer than all of Argentina, Uruguay, Paraguay, and Bolivia put together. São Paulo is the city, obviously. It's the 9th largest in the world and the 2nd largest in the Americas after Mexico City. It's incredibly diverse. Italians, Greeks, Arabs. It has the largest Japanese population outside of Japan. But what is São Paulo really like?
I live in Brazil. Jules, are you drunk? Jules, are you drunk right now? Rio Grande do Sul. Sao Paulo. São Paulo. Carries the Brazilian economy. No, I'm just sleepy. Okay, makes sense. Tracks out. Kikilandia? I don't think that's not a place. That's not a place!
Well, according to you guys, the Brazilian geograpeeps, I've gotten everything from São Paulo has great nightclubs. The people are thick-headed and snobbish. They are sophisticated. They are smart, but like in a crazy way. They are cool people, but be careful around them. I don't even know what that means. Basically, São Paulo is the powerhouse of Brazil. Okay. Sergipe, the smallest state in Brazil. There's a stupid joke. Which Brazilian state wants to be a Jeep? Sergipe, because, you know, in Portuguese, ser means Jeep is how you pronounce it. Yeah. Anyway, this place actually has some pretty cool, quirky things. According to geography, Rusty. Yeah, Rusty. I was surprised. It doesn't sound like a Brazilian name, but cool. They have the statues from traditional folklore on the river with a huge crab statue as well because they love eating crabs. They have that strange Lambe Sujos and Caboclinhos festival where people paint themselves black. It's often said that Sergipe is like Bahia's festival where people paint themselves black.
They paint themselves black? Literally? Lambe Sujos y Caboclinhos.
Sergipe is like
Bislacha.
Tocantins, which means the toucan's beak in the native Tupi language. This is the newest state that broke off from Goiás in 1988, I think.
Oh.
The state is famous for the Jalapão
Bom
National
dia, bom
Park.
dia.
It was
Hi.
portrayed in a recent telenovela from Global TV called O Outro Lado do Paraíso, the other side of paradise. Otherwise, they are also really tied in with their indigenous population. They even hosted the Indigenous World Games in 2015 in the capital.
Alright, let me get this straight. It's Bislacha.
Indigenous Paraiso, the other side of paradise. Otherwise, they are also really tied in with their indigenous population. They even hosted the Indigenous World Games in 2015 in the capital Palmas. But yeah, toucan's beak. Woohoo! And finally, we reach the capital, Brazil.
Biscoito.
Now, just like many countries across the world, the capital can sometimes be seen as a source of problems. No shocker, that kind of applies to Brazil as well. Basically, the city was built in the 50s and inaugurated in the 60s as the new capital of Brazil as a means to kind of centralize the government buildings. It was built in the shape of an airplane or bird. It's kind of up for dispute. And people from all over just started moving in, and it's a new city. It was built specifically to become the new capital. It has the second largest soccer, football.
Who made a poll? Who made a poll? Toma no cu. Toma no cu.
In the country, kind of up for dispute, and people from all over just started moving in, and it's a new city. It was built specifically to become the new capital. It has the second largest soccer, football stadium in the country.
It's huge.
And yeah,
I
this
wanna
is
go
just
there.
kind of like where the stuff gets done.
So when I go to Brazil, I would love to just visit everything. I want to see every state. At least one place in every state. I want to do like a road trip eventually. That'd be so fun.
And the people complain. So yeah, that is just about it. I tried my best. I tried to relay what you guys told me, and I hope I did Brazil justice. No matter how much I try though, I'm pretty much never gonna recover from that Ronaldo mistake. But yeah, obrigado, and hope you have a good one. See you then. Bye.
Bye, geography now. Bye, tamo junto.